So I think I've shared with you that I used to have a nightmare where I used to experience total identity theft. Total identity theft. I lost my passport, my credit cards, my phone, where I couldn't remember my name, etc. And this is a recurrent nightmare I used to have till I transformed it into a dream for freedom. So all this has to do with identity, which, when examined deeply, is both imprisoning and freeing. It's a mystery. Identity is a mystery. It's complex, it's multifaceted, and it shapes how we perceive ourselves and how we are perceived by others. Identity encompasses elements such as culture, ethnicity, gender, religion, personal values, and social roles. It's a human construct. Identity is not innate, but rather built through social interactions, cultural norms, and personal experiences. All identity, except the absolute identity, which is the superposition of infinite possibilities of experience. But let's talk about everyday identity and its dual nature, which is both imprisoning and freeing. Identity reflects our human experience. Identity. Our divine experience is, of course, that we are capable of infinite identities. But the human experience of identity provides a sense of belonging and purpose and also self definition. But it can impose limitations, stereotypes, and expectations that, in a way, end up restricting even the individual identity. So, there is, of course, the liberating part of identity too. Identity is a source of empowerment. It allows individuals to define who they are and where they belong in the world. And for many people, identity serves as an anchor in an ever changing and chaotic world. Cultural identity, for instance, offers a connection to history, traditions, shared values. It enables people to feel part of something larger than themselves, a community or a heritage that gives their lives meaning. Similarly, personal identity fosters, to some extent, self awareness and self expression. By understanding our unique traits, passions, and goals, we can carve out our paths in life, what is called purpose or dharma. Identity can be a tool for liberation when it challenges societal norms or oppressive systems. Movements for gender equality, racial justice, LGBTQ rights, and other forms of social activism often center around reclaiming identities that have been marginalized or suppressed. By embracing our authentic selves and rejecting imposed labels or stigmas, we can resist oppression and advocate for greater inclusivity. So, in this way, identity becomes a means of asserting agency and autonomy. However, the same construct that liberates can also confine. Identity often comes with expectations, both internal and external, that dictate how we should behave or what we should achieve. These expectations can feel like invisible chains that limit freedom of choice. For example, societal norms surrounding gender roles may pressure people to conform to traditional notions of masculinity or femininity, even when these roles conflict with our true nature. Similarly, cultural or familial expectations can force people to pursue careers or lifestyles that align with collective values rather than personal aspirations. Stereotypes further illustrate the imprisoning nature of identity. When society reduces individuals to simplistic labels based on race, religion, nationality, or other aspects of identity, it strips them of their complexity and humanity. And these stereotypes can lead to discrimination and prejudice that hinder opportunities for growth and success. For instance, racial profiling or unconscious bias in workplaces perpetuates systemic inequities that trap individuals within narrow definitions of who they are supposed to be, not who they are, who they're supposed to be. Also, identity can create divisions between groups by fostering an us versus them mentality. Extreme nationalism, religious extremism often exploits identity to justify exclusion or conflict. In such cases, the construct of identity becomes a barrier to understanding and cooperation between diverse communities. So, this is the paradox of identity. The paradoxical nature of identity lies in its ability to both empower and constrain. And this duality underscores the importance of approaching identity with flexibility and openness. While it is natural to seek meaning through self definition and belonging, it is equally important to recognize the fluidity of identity. Because we are not static beings, we evolve over time as we encounter new experiences and new perspectives. So, by embracing this fluidity, we can break free from the confines of rigid labels while still celebrating the aspects of identity that bring us joy and fulfillment. For instance, someone might identify strongly with their cultural heritage while also challenging traditional norms within that culture. Similarly, intersectionality, a concept that acknowledges the overlapping aspects of identity, can help us navigate the complexities of who we are without feeling confined by any label. Therefore, my friends, I believe that identity is an interesting, powerful human construct that shapes our lives in profound ways. It has the potential to liberate us by providing a sense of purpose and belonging, while also enabling self expression and resistance against oppression. At the same time, identity can imprison us through stereotypes, societal expectations, and divisions between groups. Understanding this dual nature allows us to approach identity with greater awareness and intentionality. So, at least on a social level, the key lies in striking a balance, embracing the empowering aspects of identity while resisting its limiting forces. And by doing that, we can create a world where we are free to define ourselves on our own terms while fostering empathy and unity across diverse identities. So, in this way, identity becomes not only a construct but also a tool for personal growth and collective process. What I haven't said is that all these identities, in a sense, are fake identities. Deepak Chopra, as an identity, is an authentic fake. And so are you. And so is everyone else. Our true identity is we are formless, infinite, divine, borderless, irreducible, incomprehensible, the source of innumerable, infinite possibilities of experience. So, our true identity is we are divine beings having a human experience. In any case, let us embrace every identity we possibly can and resist every identity that leads to oppression, vilification, social, and other forms of injustice. If you find this helpful, let me know and also please share it with others. And thank you for listening.